Hey, what's going on, everybody? Emeka coming at you here today, and if you're brand new to the channel, you want to learn how to, 1, increase your income, 2, take back your freedom, and then 3, design your ultimate lifestyle. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, turn bell notifications on. I always make sure I answer questions within the first hour of new videos going up. Hey everybody, I'm coming at Emeka and Kulieli. Which need best keywords in India, and
they need that problem solved.
Why not?
Range Rover Sport Supercharged.
If your income goal is $500,000.
In today's video, I want to talk about what I did to generate a $200,000 increase from 2017 to 2018. In 2017, I made $50,000, just over $50,000, like $51,000 or $52,000 US. But in 2018, last year, we did over $250,000 US. So what was the difference? And I have a couple different notes here of just kind of, reflecting on the year. I just thought of another point I'm gonna throw in there. But it was actually one of you who asked for this video. Is they're looking at doubling their business as well. So let me just kind of hammer through these, and then in the comments section, if you have more questions about one of the things that I talked about, hit me up in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you. So the very first thing that I put down here is Mastermind, and I can't remember how this came to be, but over the course of the last year and a bit, I started developing friendships with some people. And those friendships became stronger and stronger, and some people went in different directions, and so some didn't, and so but I kept developing friendships and relationships, because one thing I've learned in business is you need to build bridges, don't burn your bridges. Meaning you have to build your relationships, strengthen your relationships. Don't do things that are gonna burn your connections with those people, because then you're gonna be an outsider. You're gonna be kind of cast off and forgotten about. And in order to succeed at the highest level possible, you have to do it with the support of others. And so I have 4 buddies, and we've almost just kind of come like a brotherhood, so to speak. And we all work on different areas of our businesses, but we get together for weekly calls. I'm gonna be flying over to Bali, it looks like, we're all gonna get together and fly to Bali with our families and meet up for a bit and hang out for a couple of weeks and just talk shop, talk about how we can increase the business, how we can increase our lives, how we can get closer to buying our private jets. But the power of having a mastermind, the power of connecting with people who are doing what you are doing every single week, is one of the, if not the most important thing you can do to help increase your business. Specifically, I think back to publishing. What took me from $3,000 a month to $10,000 a month was having weekly phone calls with another publisher. That was it. Because he saw areas that I could improve on and told me and said, improve on these areas, and boom, instantly I started getting better results. Instantly is 3 months, by the way. That's my instant. It was 3 months, I went up to 10 grand in sales a month, and I haven't gone back since. Okay, the other thing I have down here is coaching. Coach, mentor, I don't know what you call Elon, but I've been working with him since February of 2016. And it's the best money I've ever spent. He helps keep me in check. He helps pull me forward. He pushes me and challenges me and makes me do the things I'm afraid of, or the things that I'm, too much of a pussy to do. You need somebody like that in your life. How did I find him? He was somebody I saw on YouTube in the publishing space, and I reached out to him and I was like, hey, can you be my coach? And he's like, no. And then I was like, please. He's like, come back to me in a month and a half. When you're basically, he said, when you're making more money. And then I went back to him. I was like, all right, I'm ready, I got money. He's like, all right, let's work together. And he did a few more screening things, but find somebody you vibe with, find somebody who's getting results you want, and then pay them whatever they ask. because they will speed up your learning curve and help you achieve things in your life and in your business that you will not do on your own. That is like guaranteed. So find somebody to coach, find somebody to work with on that level of things. These are services I do not offer. It's just something I am not doing right now. So you have to go out and find somebody who's in the space that you want to be in, who's getting the results that you want, and do whatever it takes to have them take you under their wing. If it means moving to another country, like what my friends did, they moved over to Bali to get around the people they wanted to work with and learn from, you go do that. And now they're blowing it up. So whatever it takes, get it done. Another thing was, I put down Grant Cardone and multiple streams of income. I started following Grant Cardone last spring, and I'm actually going to 10X next week to his big event in Miami. And it's funny, Grant was just more of a I'm rich as look at me type of person, and I fell in love with him. I was like, oh, that's fire cool. Anybody who sits on his own jet straddling the engine and puts that on the cover of a book, I want to know more about him, because that's just badass. And Grant's just one badass. So I started really absorbing a lot of his content. I read a lot of his books. Be Obsessed or Be Average is the best book I think I've read in the last 10 years. That book I read 5 times. I don't read books twice. But that book was just so powerful in terms of shaping my mindset. Definitely go pick it up. And do it on audio. I did the audio because then it's Grant talking to you. And I'm like, Grant talking to me? Better than a lullaby, And but he really stressed the multiple streams of income. And I had a couple different streams going, but he really just helped me expand it and think about cash flow a completely different way. And I focus more on cash flow. I focus more on revenue generating activities. And because I focused on it, my revenue started going up. I'm looking at my revenue on the board. I found out about Grant in March. My income went $9,400, and then April was $14,000, May $13,000, June $24,000, July $31,000, and so on. Is that because of Grant? But I found out about him at the exact same time. I focused on generating more income. Thus the result paid off. So this is a really important one, and it's stay in your own lane. Now, what I mean by this, when you start a business, especially online, there's going to be so many distractions, so many things pulling you in another direction. For example, I started with self-publishing. And, when you start looking at self-publishing, then you're going to start learning about affiliate marketing and Amazon FBA and dropshipping and Shopify and so many different things that you could be doing. And what happens is most people, they'll start one and then they'll try it, but not really they won't start making $10,000 right away. So they're like, oh, I should go try this one. And then they don't get the results in that one. So they try this one and they keep doing that. And then they go work at McDonald's because they don't focus on one. I've been really good at that. And that's one of the reasons I've been such a staple and an influence in this space. I focused on one and I ignored everything else. So focus on the one thing that you want to become so good at. Others are gonna, quote unquote, be in awe of you and wonder how you did it. Focus on that before you start doing anything else. And to kind of tie into this point is refuse to quit until you get the results. When I started the online business, I said, I'm gonna give this 12 months before I quit. If I'm not making money in 12 months, I'll quit. And I can't remember how long it took me, probably, maybe just and a half that or so, but focus, don't give up if you don't make money in your first 2 months or your first 3 months or first 4 months. Give yourself some sort of timeline, right? Don't be doing it for 5 years and not making money. It's other problems probably, but just don't quit. If there are people making money in whatever you're looking into, or who are succeeding at a high level of whatever you want to be doing, then it's possible for you to get those same results. 100%. 100%. That was something I always told myself in the beginning. It's like, if this person is getting this result, I can do it too. Next point is, it's a bit of a different one, but I think this really it did have an effect on my success in 2018. And I just started going to the gym, and I was at the gym like 6-7 days a week, most weeks. And why did it matter? It did a couple things. One, it taught me, it didn't teach me discipline, maybe it did teach me discipline, but it just allowed me to kind of de-stress, get focused. And I'm a firm believer in how you do one thing in life is how you do everything in life. So, if I was gonna work this hard on the business, then I should also work this hard in the gym and vice versa. And you have to find that outlet. You have to find something where you're not working all the time, because that's not fun. That's not exciting. Nobody wants to be working 8, 10, 12 hours a day, every single day with nothing else. It's not what life is designed for. So you have to find that, and whether it's the gym or exercise at all, or just, some sort of hobby, find something else that you just love doing that allows you to kind of, take a break mentally and physically from your day-to-day and just escape. Another thing is, it doesn't matter how your year starts, because if I look back at January, we did $8,300 last January 2018. By November, we were doing almost $50,000 a month. So it doesn't matter how your year starts. You can have crappy January, February, March, and April and still make a ton of money this year. So I don't know when you're watching this, but it doesn't matter what's been going on in the first part of the year. The second part of the year can completely change everything. And then the last thing is, did the business change that much? And the real answer is no, it didn't change at all. I just became a lot more focused on specific areas of it. It grew, but I didn't really add anything different to it. At the end of the year, I added a program. But other than that, and that really only contributed to about $11,000 for the entire year. Other than that, the business didn't change from 2017 to 2018. I changed, right? It was me. I was looking at it differently. I was working more efficiently and smarter. And I was focused on the activities that were going to drive the most amount of revenue. And I outsourced everything else, right? So that's really it. Just being more focused on what really matters. And this year going from 250 to 750, that ain't gonna be just about focus. It's gonna be about adding more streams of revenue, to the business. It won't be about taking this current business. It'll be, okay, we need to layer on a few more things to make those kind of jumps. But let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this. I'd love to get some feedback from you and hear how your 2019 is starting. But until next time, everybody, I'm Emeka. Speak to y'all soon. Take care.